Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. 74 points last week, 79 points this week. Small green arrows, which I will take considering my team was on 55 points before Leicester played on Monday. And it could have been worse. I was fortunate that key players I didn't own blanked, such as Tony, Zaha, Reece James, Alexander-Arnold. My team's averaging 77 points since the Wildcard Gameweek 8, and it would have scored 100 points had I captained Haaland and kept De Bruyne instead of Salah. So I took a chance on the pivot idea from the previous video, switching between Salah, KDB, and Son all the way into the World Cup. Even though it didn't work, the plan revealed new transfer plan for my team this week. The process of experimenting and risk-taking allows us to make empowering decisions that generate results in the long run. Just because my team scored above the average doesn't mean everything's okay. Here's a weakness, and now I'm going to work on it. So let's see it in practice, and I'm going to start with a big decision. Salah 10 points, captain. He worked his socks off, and maybe he deserved more than just one assist. The problem, and what I couldn't have planned for ahead of time, was that Luis Diaz and Jota were benched, and it became easier to stop Salah. Now look at Manchester City. Instead of replacing the injured Rodri with another defensive player, Guardiola put out a team designed to outscore the opponent. Gundogan, De Bruyne, Grealish, Foden, and Haaland. I was coming off a good result captaining Kane Game Week 8, so I was kind of excited to try it again with a scoring record against Arsenal. And I didn't want to captain Haaland, I wanted to take a chance. So when I saw that Kulusevski was out injured, I had second thoughts about captaining Kane. Tottenham are a different team with Kulusevski because he grabs the attention of defenders, which creates more space for Kane and Son to score. That was kind of my thought process, which led me to Salah. Then I saw Liverpool's starting lineup, and I was worried about Kane without Kulusevski. As it turned out, Salah was without Luis Diaz and Jota. So I won't let a disappointing captain score scare me away from taking similar risks in the future, and I'm already targeting Game Week 11 with another differential captain, if I can be brave enough to not captain Haaland, because he's a machine. So that was the negative. Now the positives. James Maddison, 18 points, 2 goals, an assist, maximum bonus. He was brilliant against Tottenham in the previous game. I remember telling my wife how good he is and how he's becoming one of my favorite players to watch. He always looks like he has extra time on the ball, super creative, goals and assists, with Vardy hopefully getting back to his best soon. Like Luka Digne last week, this was the first clean sheet of the season for defender James Justin, 6 points. The wildcard was designed with 2 budget starters, Digne and Bailey. Digne scored 7 points, then he broke his heel. And I actually had that same injury when I played back in college. I jumped up to stop the ball going out for a throw, didn't think anything of it, but the ground was wet, and when I landed, my heel slipped inside my boot sideways. It was one of those injuries that just wouldn't go away. I was still able to sprint without touching my heel down, but I couldn't even walk normally or put my foot flat on the ground. I finally got it checked, and I had multiple fractures in my heel. So they gave me one of those huge, big protective boots, and I was out for like a month. So I took a chance on Digne with 3 favorable fixtures. Then I moved to Justin in that final defender starting spot. Leicester, they were a little bit better defensively, but they were at rock bottom, having conceded 22 goals in 7 games. And they still allowed far too many scoring chances Game Week 9, and I thought they were a little bit lucky that Forest lacked quality in front of goal. Leon Bailey, 2 points. Why? He knew he was getting subbed off, and then he clatters into someone for a yellow card. And the referee is still taking his name down in the book as he's walking off the pitch being subbed off. I don't know why, but that to me was more frustrating than Haaland scoring 23 points when I didn't captain him. Nico Williams, -1 point. He was booked early on, and he was replaced at halftime by Serge Aurier. Now Digne is injured, Mitrovic has a knock. I can't rely on Bailey, and the bench is hanging on by a thread with blank Game Week 12 on the horizon. So the first question is whether to improve that weakest starting spot. And now Maddison, he went from 0% ownership with the experts to 47% Game Week 8. Now he's at 81% Game Week 9. And I wouldn't be surprised if he would be at 100% ownership in the Elite 64 by Game Week 10. So the second question is, how can I make up ground in the overall rank when my players are becoming the new template? Let's work from my original Game Week 10 team before any transfers. Is there a way to continue with this pivot idea, Salah, De Bruyne, Son, but instead of KDB, what if it's Foden, who's owned by less than 10% in the Elite 64 league? De Bruyne has 45% ownership, Salah 33%, Foden less than 10%. Now, the extra funds allow me to strengthen a weaker starting spot. I don't want to start Bailey on current form, so who comes in his place? Digne is out, Nico Williams subbed off at halftime with negative points, Pereira would mean a double up on Fulham, and Mitrovic is currently flagged. So the window for Digne is closing, and his price is close to a drop. Since there are no defenders I trust at or below that price range, 4.7 million, I'm looking higher to Reece James. Chelsea play Wolves at home next, and they're currently keeping a clean sheet in the Champions League. I'm watching it on a side monitor. And here's my Game Week 10 team. Transfers out Digne, Salah. Transfers in Reece James, Foden. I'm attacking the experts with Foden, and I'm also playing a little bit safe with Reece James, who's now owned by 88% in the Elite 64. And I notice a little bit of flexibility here because an early transfer for Foden and getting in on that 0.2 million price rise, it allows me to cash out Foden for Son Game Week 11 when Kulusevski will be back from injury against Everton. Manchester City and Foden have off blank Game Week 12. The plan is to keep Martinelli with good fixtures before and after the blank. He has Liverpool next, and that's actually Alexander-Arnold's side, which has been targeted recently. Then he has Leeds Game Week 11. He's off Game Week 12, then Southampton and Forest. This is the first transfer hit since Game Week 4, and I went super early to beat the price changes for Digne, James, Foden, 0.2 on Foden, and Salah. That's a 0.5 million swing in the team value. This is my current Game Week 10 team. Everything's fine if we just focused on the left side of the team. As I'm recording this video, Haaland, or if I rub this guy, he gives me good luck. As I'm recording this video, Haaland scored twice in the Champions League, and he was subbed at halftime for a rest. Foden was fully rested. Reece James' goal, assist, and clean sheet against AC Milan, and with 88% ownership, imagine if that happened on the previous week. Some of you guys had to have broken into the 100-point club this week, so let's see those big scores in the comments. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, all the positive comments, and I wish you big green arrows Game Week 10. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Stay tuned for my next video. If you like my music, all my songs are free on the website. See the link in the description. U90 Mini League. Good at FPL? Join U90 Mini League for a chance to win. Be sure to follow at Upper 90 Studios on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, where you get an inside scoop before YouTube. And if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on your post notifications because this season is going to be incredible. Don't forget to subscribe to our email list and get your free fixture difficulty cheat sheet. Click the fantasy tab at upper90studios.com. Thanks for watching. See you soon.